Snow. Oh my goodness, our little maniac. Hey everyone. It is day 16, 15? I don't know. We're halfway through the month of me going live every day this month. Most days. I'm not making it every day, but I'm doing the best I can. And I thought I would share with you guys my grief has taken the form of retail therapy recently. And so I thought I would show you guys what I bought. But first, let me introduce myself. I haven't really introduced myself here recently. So my name is Morgan Balavaj, and I'm a yoga teacher. I travel the world as a yoga teacher. Right now, I'm in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and I pick a different mountain every season, every ski season, because I'm also a skier. This is one of my ski outfits. um, and I go to that town and I teach yoga, and I also work as a business coach. And I work as a business coach specifically for healers. I take my 20 years of working in the corporate world. I worked in accounting, I worked in PR, I worked in marketing, and I take all those skills that I used to use to make rich white men richer and whiter. And I use it to empower the healers to make a lot of money doing their healing work in ways that are aligned with their energy, in ways that don't burn them out. And I also work as a healer myself. I don't really take clients very often anymore as a healer. It has to be a very specific situation where I'm willing to open that energy up for a variety of reasons, but not least of which because I prefer to spend most of my day taking care of me, and because I've spent the last since 2017, several years building a business that I can run from my phone, with the goal of only working a few hours a day at the very most. At the very most, I have been able to build this lifestyle where I can kind of do whatever I want and I can afford whatever I want. And I have, obviously extreme privilege. You can see from the color of my skin automatically, I have privilege from that. But I also have the privilege of parents who raised me knowing how to make money and how to spend money so that my money makes money, i.e., how to invest money. So while I have a variety of different income streams, many of which are active income streams, like the teaching yoga is active, business coaching is an active income stream, stuff like this, social media marketing and doing like sponsored posts, all of that is active. I also have a lot of passive income streams, not least of which stocks and mutual funds and cryptocurrency that makes me money day over day. But also online courses and things of that nature where I don't put any effort into promoting them and people just find them and they buy them and the money appears in my account. Hooray for me. Oh my gosh. The YouTube comments are just unhinged, and I've just gotten in the habit of ignoring them. But I am going to respond to this one before we go on to the next journey. So, Childish Gambiner says, I cheated on my wife last night. What should I do? I can't stop thinking about it. Well, you should go to therapy. And you should probably chemically castrate yourself. That's probably the only solution to your sex addiction. All right? There you go. Let's get back to me. In the last year, I am going through a huge phase of grief right now. In the last year, I was hospitalized for an illness that almost killed me. I had an abscess in my throat. I had tonsillitis and epiglottitis, and I almost died. And my grandma died a few weeks after that. My last grandma, no more grandparents. I'm a grandparent orphan now. My dog died really traumatically. My soul dog of 9 years died a month after that. And instead, I cried pretty much constantly for the past year. And my grief has taken different forms. And of course, grief isn't linear. It's not a linear process. And grief never really goes away. We just get bigger around it. We just get bigger around it. So, I say all this because my grief is currently taking the form of consumerism, of buying shit. And I tend to promote underconsumption of only buying things that you really need and that also make the world a better place because I'm vegan. And so I don't believe in buying things that exploit animals. And humans are animals, so I try not to buy things that I know are made from slave labor. But of course, I'm using an iPhone to record this, so it's like you do the best you can. But I wanted to show you some of the things that I have purchased with my grief money. And the first thing I bought from, and none of this is sponsored, by the way, but the first thing I bought is from a company called Vitacost. It's a company my dad told me about. My dad loves to save money. And Vitacost is a great place to get a lot of different things. I use mine to buy supplements to help with my ADHD. I'm also on ADHD meds. I also have a prescription for ADHD, but I use a lot of supplements to help my brain because it's neurodivergent, and I try to just get through the day in this neurotypical world as best I can. So one of the first things I got, one of my favorite brands of supplements, again, none of this is sponsored. They're not paying me. I'm not making any money here. So it's Mega Food. I love the brand Mega Food. This is their chewable gummy vitamin because I'm a Flintstones kid and I like for my vitamins to taste like candy. And I take D3 because I have chronic depression, and I also live in a state that's in the northern hemisphere where I'm not getting enough sunlight in order for my body to convert sunlight into the vitamin D I need to be a happy, smiley little girl. So I take this supplement, and this is my favorite brand, and they are a vegan brand. This is a vegan gummy, no gelatin, no horse hooves, no cow hooves in there. Okay, I also got L-theanine. This is a form of, essentially, I think, someone may have to correct me here. I think that this is a form of magnesium, and ADHD brains, I don't know if you know this, neurodivergent brains actually use up more magnesium than neurotypical brains. So you typically have to supplement magnesium. And of course, you have to be careful with your digestive system. Don't listen to me, talk to your doctor. Okay, this is all stuff that I've talked to many doctors about. Talk to your doctor about the supplements that you need. This is the stuff that works for me. But so this is, again, a chewable, because I'm a Flintstones kid, that I take in order for my brain to have a thought like, hey, I should go respond to that email. And then I just go and do it. I just go and respond to the email. So, and it's also something I use to help manage my extreme anxiety. And when I say extreme anxiety, I mean panic attack levels of anxiety. And when I say panic attacks, I'm not talking about anxiety attacks. Those are different. Panic attacks, I actually black out from the panic, and I wake up and I'm on the floor and I'm thrashing around like a toddler throwing a tantrum, and I'm screaming and my throat is sore. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. So this is one of the things that I take so that I don't have panic attacks. Okay, I got two of the D3 because I really go through it, and Mega Foods was having a sale. And the other thing I got, and this is kind of a new thing that I'm experimenting with, that I researched and found out about, which is, in addition to L-theanine, we also need L-threonates. And again, don't listen to me. Go talk to a doctor, or even better, one of my clients, one of my business coaching clients does DNA tests, where you actually figure out based on your DNA what supplements you need. I haven't personally gotten it done, so I can't speak to the efficacy, but it's really fascinating, I think, side of science, where rather than just like reading an article and being like, oh, this is what this article says, I should take this. You actually go and do the tests on yourself and experiment with your own body. That's what I recommend, is experimenting with your own body. And I'm just gonna do a quick aside before I dive into this, because there was a time when I was taking just a shit ton of turmeric, because all the studies were like anti-inflammatory. Everybody should be taking turmeric with black pepper. And it turns out, in my constitution, I learned from my master's program in traditional Chinese medicine, it was basically the worst thing that I possibly could have been taken. And I gave myself IBS. All the Western doctors were like, you have IBS, which of course means basically I was like pee-pooing, just like constant diarrhea, all right? Keeping it real. And it's because the way TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, describes it, turmeric is a very hot spice, and it's used medicinally. So you think anti-inflammatory, but it's a spicy, it's hot. And so when that gets into someone like me who has spleen Qi deficiency, and it's very damp, kind of naturally, in my digestive system, it's just a perfect storm for terrible digestion. And it was all because I was poisoning myself with this supplement that the media was like, everyone should be eating this. So don't listen to me as I'm telling you what I'm buying for myself, that I've tested on myself, and I'm continuing to experiment on myself. Go talk to a doctor or go get a DNA test. And if you want to know for my clients, I'll leave it in the comments, or you can leave a comment and I'll respond to you of how to get that DNA test if you're interested in something like that. So this is something new that I'm adding. I haven't experimented with this yet, but this is magnesium L-threonate, and it's supposed to also help with ADHD focus. Who knows? Who knows? Am I a doctor? You know what? I went to med school. I went to med school in 2 different languages. I did a master's program in traditional Chinese medicine. I am not a doctor because I decided not to become licensed for a variety of reasons, not least of which is because I did not want to be upheld to someone else's board of ethics. And this is why I'm telling you to talk to a doctor, and why I am not a doctor giving anyone advice. I'm just unboxing the things that I have recently purchased for myself. And I'm not saying you should buy this for yourself at all. All right? All right. I am not a doctor. I am, however, very well educated in traditional Chinese medicine and formulas. And some people ask me for advice on that stuff, and I tell them to talk to their doctor, and then I give them the information that's been given to me. All right. Okay. So one of the other things that we get to unbox that I'm so excited about, I think I know what this is. I have a very favorite shoe brand. It's a vegan shoe brand. It's actually really hard to find vegan shoes because they often use glue that has horses in it. So this is my favorite woman-owned vegan shoe brand. And I recently ordered 2 pairs of shoes, 2 brand new pairs of shoes. And I own so many pairs of shoes by this company because they are so comfortable and they're so cute. I get so many compliments on them. I'm going to show you. These are the shoes I'm wearing right now. I wear these almost every day. These shoes are like 6 years old. They're vegan. All right, I know it looks like leather. They're vegan. They are so unbelievably comfortable, and they have gotten me through so many winters. So indeed, this is 2 pairs of boots that I have purchased. And I mentioned the grief early on in this video because these shoes are fucking expensive. And I have been talking myself out of buying these shoes for a very long time, for years, in fact. And finally, a week ago, my grief was like, girl, you should buy those shoes. And I was like, is that going to make you stop crying? And my grief was like, maybe. It's worth a shot. So I did. I went ahead and bought these shoes, and now I'm going to open them and see if they fit. So let's take a look at what I have purchased for myself. Okay, so I got myself 2 pairs of winter boots because I'm a skier. I travel all over the place in the winter. And I got myself somewhat similar to the white boot that I have already purchased. The dogs are starting to tear up the paper. No, honey bunny, that's not for you. That's not for you, baby doll. So this is a beautiful pair of hiker boots. Again, completely vegan. And this is by a brand called Bava, B-H-A-V-A. And once again, I'm not making any money. They didn't give me any, I got these at a discount because they were having a sale to their email list that they offered to everyone. So they were 30% off. I think these were about like $250. But I'm going to wear the shit out of these boots. I'm going to wear these boots for so many years because they are so well made and so comfortable. And also just look how cute. I mean, this is a cute little hiker. You can rock this with a sundress. I'm excited about these. Okay, so that's the first pair of boots that I bought. And it's nice. They come with these extra insoles. Again, these are vegan, so this is not actual sheepskin, but they're helpful to keep it warm, to keep you warm when it's really cold outside, which it is here in Jackson, Wyoming. It actually snowed 6 inches on the mountain, and right after this, I'm dog sitting right now. Right after this, I have to go dig out the hot tub so that I can relax my back. Okay, so here is the next pair of boots that I bought, and here again is the brand Bava. Again, I own probably like 8 pairs of these shoes now. I am obsessed with this brand. They are some of my favorites ever. And it comes with, as all expensive shoes do, a nice little shoe bag for travel purposes. And this, again, very similar to the other boots that I got, but now I have them in black. And if there's one thing my dead grandmother taught me, it's if you like it, get it in every color. So I bought these boots in my grief for my grandmother in her honor. So I now have all these boots. This is the first pair that are like so old, but like look in comparison, like brand new versus like 6 years of nearly daily wear in very harsh winter conditions. And these are white. Like, look at this quality. Incredible. And they're vegan. I just love it. Okay, so this is the other pair of shoes that I got. And this is actually, I think these are the same like style of boot. And again, these are all vegan. All right, so this isn't leather, this isn't wool that I'm using. And I just, man, I cannot tell you how many years I have been thinking about buying these boots. And it just makes me so happy that I get to honor my grandmother by having 3 pairs of basically the same boot in different colors. And I'm just gonna wear the shit out of these. And I'm so excited about it. And so that's why I decided to make this video today about unboxing my grief, because that is the form that my grief has taken. And if you're going through a grieving cycle, I'm not going to encourage you to go buy stuff. Okay, as I said earlier in the video, I have several different income streams. This is stuff that I can afford. It's all stuff that was on sale, and it's all stuff that I was thinking about for a really long time before I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on it. But if you are going through a phase of grief, I do encourage you to find a way to take care of yourself in a way that honors your grief. All right. So if you want to leave a comment about like some ideas for how you might honor your grief, or if you need some ideas, tell me what you're grieving and in the comments, and I will comment back and I'll give you some ideas for how you can move through this process of experiencing the wide spectrum of human emotions as we move through this world full of suffering and loss. You do what you gotta do. Today it was shoes. Mwah. All right, my friends. I hope you have a great night. Bye.